Hello, I am the Ellen of Ellentomologist, and this is my second time attempting to make this channel a thing. The first time I didn't have a lot of luck because a lot of my immediate career and education goals really just didn't allow for me to invest much time in making silly YouTube videos. And that would still be the case except for due to the COVID-19 virus, I'm in a situation where a lot of my immediate career and education goals have kind of been pushed back or are slowing down for a little while. So I have a little bit more time on my hands, and specifically time that I had expected to actively be working on goals. And now that I can't be working on these massive life goals, I need something to work on, and trying to start my YouTube channel again seemed like a really great idea because I would really love to have a YouTube presence, even though it is something that is entirely a kind of silly for fun hobby to me. I wouldn't be shooting this video today if you've noticed the background is very uggo. I don't really have the best settings in general, but I get a little obsessed with numbers and dates, and I arbitrarily decided that June 1st would be the day that I posted my first video, and due to the time it is currently, which is like past 11 p.m. on June 1st right now, I think that this first video is actually going to get posted on June 2nd, and I just have to live with that. But anyway, the point of this video, since I am still ill-prepared to actually start producing the content that I normally plan on producing, is just to kind of talk about the content that I plan on producing. And that is primarily going to be animal care based, but I'm also going to be doing a few topics on biology in general and like plant care. I in particular have a bunch of carnivorous plants that I take care of, and I think they're really fascinating. You know, botanies? Flora is the word I'm looking for. You all will learn that I'm bad with words. Anyway, the majority of my videos are going to be very typical of the PetTube scene. You know, here's my bearded dragon. His name is Guacamole. He eats collard greens and dubia roaches. You know, kind of these dime a dozen videos. The content that I'm hoping will set my channel apart somewhat is that I want to do a lot of deep dives into animal care, and specifically animal care guides, animal care books, kind of help you as the viewer to look into and analyze your resources, because a lot of the people looking at PetTube channels are looking for guides to care. And even though there are a tremendous amount of resources out there online for animal care, especially for the common animals I have, like bearded dragons and ball pythons and leopard geckos and tokay geckos and that sort of stuff, there are still a lot of people who, since there's so much information out there, have trouble figuring out what information to believe. And I essentially want to do the analysis of a bunch of different sources for a bunch of different animals and kind of show off how to figure out what sources you want to use. And I also want to do kind of a focus on poor care versus adequate care versus ideal care, and kind of how you can slowly improve your husbandry to the ideal animal care if you are currently in a situation where you are providing either poor or adequate, or, you know, maybe even close to ideal care for your animals. You know, how you can realistically take little steps towards improving your animal husbandry, particularly if you're, you know, in the situation where you, I don't know, I can't think of a good example off the top of my head, but, you know, there are a lot of perfectly good people who impulse buy a corn snake, for instance, and so they have this corn snake that they aren't providing great care for, and then they try to start researching it, try to start looking for help on the internet, and due to not being properly informed previously, they get kind of overwhelmed with all the things they have to do, and instead of pushing through, they kind of freak out and back off, and the corn snake remains in that very less than ideal situation. So I want to focus on little steps, little things you can do to improve your animal's life if you are in a situation where you listened to advice that was less than reputable. So that's really my main goal, is how to improve your husbandry, focus more on adequate or bare minimum to actually make sure the animal is healthy, and how to move from these either poor care or adequate care to ideal care, and also to look into how to figure out what the ideal care for your animal is. This is a little bit of a long rambly video that probably is completely unwatchable. I am not like deluding myself about this. But the last thing I wanted to do was my one other video that I posted previously was about some beetle larvae I got from Bugs in Cyberspace, and I just wanted to show off that yes, they did grow up into fantastic little beetles. This is the smaller male specimen. I ended up with 2 males and 1 female. 1 female, 3 total. And this is the smaller of the 2 male specimens. They lived as larvae for several months. They eventually metamorphosed, and after they metamorphosed, they lived for, I think this guy lived for a year? Close to a year, maybe 9 months, and then he died, and I preserved him, and of the 3, I still have him. I gave the other 2 to various people in my life. But yeah, there you go. Beetle update, 3 years late. What are you going to do? Anyway, thank you very much for your time and effort. Hopefully my next video, time and effort in watching. Hopefully my next video is a little bit more organized and makes more sense and is better. I'm setting the bar very low for myself right now, so you know, by shooting and posting this video, I'm making sure that the next video is improvement and that I can feel proud of myself for improving and like that. Anyway, thank you for your time and patience, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Good luck out there.